Hi, my name is Galia Paliga, and I am president of NC Now, National Organization for Women, and I'm also a Raleigh Women's March organizer. I'm here to talk about the Violence Against Women Act, VAWA, and how proposed changes would help Indigenous women and girls. I want to thank Crystal Cavalier for her persistence on getting the murders in Robeson County noticed, and also for working toward goals of properly categorizing and solving crimes, and for this event, which I'm thrilled to be a part of. I also want to thank Antoinette Carr of Women Advance for the professional articles she's writing and the continued coverage of these women and their families and these cases. Women Advance is doing a great job. Indigenous women are raped, beaten, and murdered at astounding rates. The proposed changes to VAWA would help deter these crimes and punish perpetrators by increasing tribal jurisdiction to include sexual violence, sex trafficking, stalking, and child abuse. We need to push our U.S. senators, in our case, Senator Richard Burr and Tom Tillis, to reauthorize a strong VAWA like the one that passed the U.S. House over a year ago in April of 2019 that hasn't passed the Senate. The rates of rape, violence, and murder done to women in general in the United States are appalling, but they are even worse for Indigenous women. So these statistics are from the National Congress of American Indians Policy Research Center, and the wording is from them. So Native women are significantly more likely than other women to be raped and beaten by outsiders. American Indian and Alaskan Native women were almost 2 times as likely to be raped as non-Hispanic white women in their lifetimes, 34.1% versus 17.9%. Over 34% of them are going to be raped. And the murder rate of American Indian and Alaskan Native women is almost 3 times that of non-Hispanic white women. And in some counties, it's closer to 10 times more. This is a murder rate. All kinds of problems with specific cases, like not using DNA evidence like rape kits, but the other problems in some of these cases is the crimes go unpunished because tribal law enforcement hasn't been allowed to reach the perpetrators off tribal land. So they know who did it, they can prove who did it, and they can't get them. It's reaching people off tribal lands for specific crimes and better tracking of crimes that we want this version of VAWA to fix. In 2013, there were some improvements on tribal lands, but not enough. How bad are these problems with outsiders? Almost 9 in 10 American Indian and Alaskan Native women, 89%, have experienced stalking by a non-Native perpetrator. And 96% of American Indian and Alaskan Native female victims of sexual violence experience violence at the hands of non-Native perpetrators. It's unbelievably high. The House passed a version of VAWA in April of 2019 that closed these holes, expanding tribal power over non-Native perpetrators to cover sexual assault, stalking, and human trafficking crimes. But the Senate hasn't done it. As you know, there's a problem getting the Senate to do its job. Thank you, Mitch McConnell. But for us, we need to make the Senate pass a strong VAWA like the House's. And there's a Republican woman senator from Iowa who's a survivor of domestic violence herself, who's been fighting to remove any gun control provisions in the Senate bill. So basically, she blew the Violence Against Women Act reauthorization in 2019. And there's nothing yet in 2020. Our focus is COVID-19 and survival. So the push is to get some of the VAWA provisions put into the 4th stimulus package. So get it that way in the meantime and then do the full bill. What we can do is call, tweet, write letters, educate allies. There are national organizations working on VAWA, and they put together campaigns and have tweets and hashtags and letters and and where a lot of organizations are working together. Now is working, and we're working with them. And so go to the NC Now webpage, and we have links to these campaigns, and do it. Write the letters and call and tweet and help. Okay, you probably have a lot of questions, so you can send questions, and thanks for listening. Stay safe as best you can.